Sony Interactive Entertainment has provided a copy of this game to us free of charge to make this video. No agreement has been made for favourable comments and no payment has been received to make this video. On the 20th of April 2018, I released a review on this here YouTube channel titled God of War 2018 Review. This is how that went. God of War is an action hack and slash game that was first released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2. The setting revolved around Greek mythology and you played as Kratos, son of Zeus and God of War. The series was successful and spawned several sequels as a result. This time around, however, the camera has been moved behind Kratos in an over-the-shoulder style, which is very similar to another game of a similar name. Long-time fans may have found themselves breathing heavily with cold sweats and worrying about whether this would upset the feel of the game, and I would have to say that it did nothing but further the game into the new generation of graphical fidelity and absolute beauty. While the camera has changed the way the game looks, well, somehow they just haven't lost that God of War feel to the gameplay. The DNA of the original series is very much still present in this new and improved way of playing the game. The story in God of War is where the game really shines. While the graphics and gameplay are almost second to none, the story is one of the best that I have experienced in a very long time. Kratos has aged and the opening scenes introduce us to his son Atreus. The early stage of the game show off the struggling relationship between the young boy and his emotion-poor father. God of War is an overwhelming rollercoaster ride of emotions, excitement and bloody fun gameplay. Any fan of the previous games will do themselves well to play this game as soon as they can. For anyone not interested in the previous games, well, this game could be for you too. God of War has clearly grown up with its fan base, and it's likely that a lot of original fans will be able to sympathise with the issues that Kratos is facing with his young boy. To finish off here, God of War is a game that I can easily say with confidence that it is money well spent. Is it a Game of the Year contender? Well, watch this space. Thank you very much 2018 Lucas. It is now 2022 and I can happily say that in 2018, yes, God of War did win Game of the Year. G'day everyone, and before I kick off here, if you like video game content with an Aussie twang of an accent, then click the subscribe button, finger the bell, and tickle the like button. It's free and fun for all. Okay, so God of War was released quite some time ago on the PlayStation 4, and most people by now know it's an amazing game, and we're all looking forward to Ragnarok. But God of War just joined the League of the Elite, and got itself ported to PC. You will be able to grab it on Steam or the Epic Game Store so that you can enjoy it for the first time in glorious high resolutions, and the sky's the limit on those frames per second. So, as we've already established, God of War was amazing back in 2018 on the PS4, but how does it hold up to being ported over to the PC? Well, it holds up very well. The system requirements are pretty low considering how detailed the game is, but if you're looking to max out the settings, then you're going to want a system that isn't too old. Thankfully, with Fidelity FX for AMD and DLSS for Nvidia, you should be able to get some impressive visuals while still holding on to a decent frame rate. Using an RTX 3080 at 1440p, I was able to experience a stable 110 frames per second for the most part, but that was using the Ultra setting. The visuals have been enhanced for the PC version, offering true 4K resolution options and an unlocked frame rate which really gives the game that buttery smooth feel. Above and beyond super sampling, there is a good breakup of display settings which can help dial in your PC's power and get the most out of what your rig has to offer. This new PC version has also added ultra-wide support. I don't actually have an ultra-wide monitor, but seeing as though a lot of these PlayStation ports are being released with support for ultra-wides, I think I'm going to have to change that. Thanks God of War, you've just added about $1,000 to the things that I want to buy but don't really need and can't afford. Here's a pretty cool thing to add as well. God of War on PC is compatible with quite a few controller options. You can do the obvious and connect a DualShock 4 controller into your PC and use that, or you can even connect a DualSense controller and use that. And the best part about that is you can actually buy DualSense controllers because they're available, unlike the PlayStation 5. Now further to that, you can also use an Xbox One or a Series controller, which is very nice to use on a PlayStation game. And if you're a weirdo, well, mouse and keyboard is an option too. That works really well, but that's not for me. Okay, so back on the PlayStation 4, God of War looked amazing. No one doubted that really, but what we have here on PC is much the same. It still looks amazing, but it's a little sharper, resolutions are higher, and the frame rate is smoother. Yeah, it's a little more detail in shadows and the lighting is improved, but overall the game is pretty much the same, just a little bit nicer. For those of you that played God of War back on the PlayStation 4, if you've got a beefy PC and want to give it another go, then by all means go for it. There is no glaring game-breaking bugs that I've seen, and this is definitely 100% the best version of the game to date. For those of you that haven't played this game before, you've got a bloody amazing game waiting for you to sink your teeth into. Well, that is all I have for now, so thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. And now is a good time to add something to the video in the comments section. Leave your little piece of history on this video, and if you have any questions, comments or concerns, I'll try my best to get back to you. Until next time, I am Lucas, and I will see ya!
What does it say?